Hello everyone, welcome to the F&B service class. Today we will take a topic of your first semester. We will do the revision where we can go back your memories and make try to find out your new things about your first semester. So in this video we will take up your previous study sources. So today in first semester, we can say the earlier you study about the F&B service sector and why the outlet and why we required F&B, how it is developed. Okay, so let's take a tour on this topic. The first we will discuss about the need, or we can say how it is evaluated. In earlier we can say people travel from here to there for particular reason. So firstly earlier decision there was only two motives to travel. The first one was the business and second was the pilgrims hour. Okay, so when the people traveled, okay, they want to stay, they want to food. So because earlier they travel in the short distance, but now the requirement increase and they go far and far, so the need of food and the staying has been increasing. Okay, so that's come the F&B service, you can say the hospitality enters. Okay, so if you see the dharamshala, the viharas, so which is an earlier example of the, it's like kind of hotels where the people can stay and had lunch or dinner and go forward in their journey. So when the time passes and the commercialization of everything can started, so the need of hotels and the foods are become very necessary, and the standard of quality and the service is also get increases. So that's how F&B service started, because F&B service is not is related to the provision of the food and beverages, means wherever the service of food and beverage is there, it is the sector of F&B, wherever it is whatever location it is. Okay, so the F&B service sector is the two types of sector, means now till when we understand we understand the segregation of, you can say, the dividation of the F&B service, which could be commercial, non-commercial. Okay, so F&B service sector is related to where the provision of the F&B service, food and beverage there. But earlier you say that we can take example of Indian culture. So there is the two way. The first one is earlier we stay in the hotels which we called dharamsala means. Okay, and the second one is the, if there provision of the food, there is the provision food in the langar also, in the dhaba also. Okay, but the motive behind is that totally different, but we also include in the both in the F&B sector. So in this video we will discuss the F&B sector. There are two types of commercialized and non-commercialized sector, means the motive is to try to earn benefits, earn money. Okay, when we talking about the commercialized, non-commercial. In the commercialized there are two types, the general and restricted market. General means the primary motive is earn money through sell food and beverage, and the restricted market related to trying to earn money food and sell. Okay, but that is a secondary, means the primary motive is different, means the airlines, okay, the railways are in the second category. Okay, the earlier first category was the hotels, okay, the restaurant, okay, dhabas, okay, that is the general market. Okay, where the prime motive is, and the non-commercial comes where the motive is not to earn money, means they are doing as the welfare. So it also called welfare catering also. Okay, so that could be institutional, hospital. Okay, industrial catering comes under it. Catering is related to the business of the food and beverage, means it could be, when we talk about the catering could be a business. So when we do the welfare catering is a non-commercial catering. When we do the catering, just like railway catering, or we can say airlines catering, that is a part of the business of the hospitality. Also hospital catering is there. Hospital catering means not about the selling the food is not free and fair. Some hospitals sell the food too in the less price also, okay, where their motive is different. They try to provide healthy food to people who in hospital and those who are coming to the hospital. So there are different type of catering business are there, religious catering and all etc. Okay, the transport catering is the biggest catering business in the sense segment, because transport catering cover the tourism catering, airline catering, ship catering and cruise catering. Okay, now we will go with the, when we learn about the F&B service, okay, know the F&B circuit, we know should the what kind of F&B outlet it is. Okay, in the general market there are lots of, because the restricted comes under the transport catering, okay, where the business is. And when we talk about the F&B commercial segment, which is very general, so that is hotel, restaurants, dhabas, okay, cafes. So that all as F&B sector. Okay, so what is the F&B outlet? F&B outlet where the primary motive is to earn money through sale of the business, that is the outlet of F&B. Okay, and what kind of F&B outlet? There are specialty restaurant, okay, the coffee shop, okay, the grill room, the cafeteria, okay, the bar, okay, right. So there are lots of F&B outlets there. Okay, QSR is a part of the F&B outlet, right. So when we talk about F&B outlet, there is the very difference between each and every outlet, because there are the 2-3 factors on that. That's why every outlet it differ from the each and one. First one is that menu, that cuisine they are serving. Okay, the food they are serving is always ever different, because every outlet is different from other. Means the specialty, the serving, the food and the cafeteria and the QSR and the multi cuisine are totally different cuisine. Okay, then the style of service, okay, right, the pricing, the availability of the product, the timing, okay, the use of technology, these are the factors. That's why the every outlet is different from the, okay, the using of the technology and equipment. Means if you go for the cafeteria as an outlet, okay, there is the less cutlery are they use, okay, but if you go to the multi cuisine they are using much cutlery and they have furniture, okay, F&B equipment. And if you go to the QSR they using the disposable items. Okay, so that's why the difference is in there. Okay, use of the equipment, F&B equipment, the style of serving, the pricing, the availability, the menu, okay, the pricing. So that is the some factor which is why the every outlet is different from each another. Okay, when we talk about F&B department, means if we are talking about outlet, means there will be F&B department. When we talk about the F&B department, it means they have a staff. When we talk about the staff, it means there will be hierarchy. Means there are not, because every staff is not the same responsibility and same task, same responsibility. Each and every staff has a different duties and responsibility, which is segmented with the, we can say, organized through the from top to low management. When we talk about the F&B as an organization structure, the first we talk about the F&B manager, the assistant F&B manager. Then we talk about the restaurant manager, bar manager, okay, room service manager, banquet manager. From under that we have the sort of hierarchy, like they have supervisor, okay, they have the waiters, okay, junior waiter, the trainees, okay. So that is the hierarchy on where that every each and duties and responsibility are segregated. Okay, I hope you understand today's uh, topic, and we will go continue with your first semester. This was the part 1 of your revision class. Thank you.